Good morning, everyone. Welcome to ICTS and welcome to Bangalore. Before we begin the program, both the programs, one on integrable systems and another on quantum fields, I would like to request our founding director, the founding director of ICTS, Professor Spenta Wadia, to give an introduction.
Thank you, Manas, and welcome, everybody. Good morning. It's a wonderful morning in Bangalore. It's a little bit different from all over India, so I hope you will enjoy your stay here. So I'll basically give you a brief overview of the ICTS, and I'm here because the current director is traveling, so usually falls on my head. All right, so what is the goal of the ICTS? It is to bring together physicists, astronomers, cosmologists, mathematicians, biologists from all over the world. And it's the real dream is to bring them all under one roof and work together to solve the most challenging questions of nature. This is the main job. The rest of the stuff is not that important, but this is the main job. The second is to provide advanced science education, actually. The fact that so many people come here, distinguished scientists and researchers, certainly the students have to benefit, and especially from India. And so I think we also provide an opportunity for an advanced science education. And we have a very strong outreach component in our mission, and this is to help create a scientific temper in society. And this, as I already mentioned, is enabled by 3 interactive missions. The first 2 are primary, that is the programs which you are attending and which has this congregation of people coming from all over the world. Then there is in-house research, actually. And this is the main component of the ICTS around which everything revolves. And using the resources of the first 2 missions, we also would like to propagate the scientific outreach and inculcate scientific temper, and I think it's so important to value how to sort of arrive at the truth in many aspects of our social lives also. So, okay, so this is our campus. You'll go around, so I will move fast. And we have had an enormous number of programs since 2007 when we began in the Tata Institute in Mumbai. And then came to the Indian Institute of Science when this campus was being built. Since then, we have organized 136 programs and 61 discussion meetings. And we've had over 6,000 participants, 1,500 plus from abroad. And it has made a tangible impact on Indian science, no doubt about it. So, what are programs? Just let me explain this to you. So programs, they are a new model for scientific exchange and collaboration in India. This is a unique first-time institution of its type in India. It's a place to gather researchers to brainstorm, incubate new ideas, and to chart out roadmaps. So I really encourage you all to really interact with each other and also with the faculty here. And there are lots of spaces in the ICTS where you can actually do that. The programs have a strong pedagogical component that benefits students and postdocs and even senior researchers, and most of our material is archived on YouTube at ICTS Talks. It's one word, ICTS Talks, because somebody else took away the one with a gap in between. Okay, so here are some sample programs. So this is to illustrate to you the the broad landscape of the science that is pursued at the ICTS in terms of programs and also partly in terms of research. So here you have random matrix theory and applications, cosmology, condensed matter physics. The monsoon workshop on string theory was amongst perhaps the first most important event, because the ICTS was founded by string theorists, so certainly it starts with string theory. And so it was a 6 weeks long program at TIFA Mumbai right in 2009. And since then we had workshops on numerical relativity, the role of theory in biology, because I think biology being treated as a system of physics is also an important direction to attack problems from there. Scientific discovery through intensive data exploration, big data science, and many other important areas, including last year we had a very exciting program on statistical physics methods in machine learning. The programs are augmented by discussion meetings around these 3 named lectures, and they are presently being supported by the Infosys Foundation, which is a very major technology company in India, and it's from Bangalore, so we were very fortunate to be assisted by them in these named lectures. And you can see the very distinguished people actually who have lectured over here in these series. And there are 3 series, one in honor of Subramaniam Chandrasekhar for the physical sciences, then the second one in honor of Srinivasa Ramanujan for mathematical sciences, and this hall is named after Ramanujan, and the Alan Turing series for biology, computer science, engineering, and related areas. And you might wonder why Alan Turing is here. Apparently he was, his parents were in India when he was conceived, so I think we have some reason to include him in this series also. Besides, of course, he's one of the most eminent thinkers of the 20th century. ICTS is also a platform for new initiatives. You see, this is a very important point that we need to have a place, unlike in most institutions in India, where we can actually provide a platform, support, and spaces for people to launch new initiatives. So one of the latest important initiative is the Mathematical Foundations of the Indian Monsoon System. ICTS is also the nodal center for LIGO India, a 3-tier data center in Bangalore. Then we also hold programs and schools in collaboration with other international organizations. So there is an ICTS quantitative biology program, which every alternate year is held over here, and then in ICTP. We have the Kaapi Asian Winter Schools, which is a 4-year cycle for Asian countries, done in collaboration with China, Japan, and South Korea. Then we have the ICTS Brandeis schools, which are supported by the National Science Foundation of the United States in statistical physics. We had a 2-year-old long program on mathematics of planet Earth. And also, since we believe that big data science is very important for India, we ran a very successful pilot phase of a large data high-speed network in the ICTS. We also have summer courses by distinguished scientists, and every summer we have a summer students program, and many of these students actually are beneficiaries of lectures from very outstanding researchers and also teachers. You have to be a very good teacher to be able to give talks over here. Now I come to the second mission of the ICTS. So we are very fortunate, actually. We are only 10 years old now, but we have, our recruitment has been exceptionally good, and we have perhaps amongst the highest quality faculty in the theoretical sciences across various disciplines. And we divide our main areas into 3 major activities in the theoretical sciences. One is complex systems, space-time physics, and mathematics. And we have presently 16 plus 2, about 18 faculty members, and this is it's quite amazing actually that in 10 years we have been able to assemble out, and most of these people are very young actually, you know, I mean, they may look like students or postdocs, but they are faculty members over here. Okay, and this is just a slide to tell you about our faculty, and these are the research areas, a little bit more in detail. It's rather important actually. So the complex systems area is basically, involves data assimilation, dynamical systems, monsoon modeling, turbulence, statistical physics, non-equilibrium statistical physics, fluids, physical biology, and condensed matter physics. So this is the whole section on complex systems. We don't have departments in ICTS, you know, everybody, we encourage people to talk amongst themselves. So we are not, we are strong in individual disciplines, but we expect people to sort of collaborate and talk to each other, and our spaces, our architecture is created to do such things. Then we have a growing, very strong math department, focusing on partial differential equations, geometry, probability theory, and even our most recent recruit who will join in November comes from the School of Kontsevich and works in mathematics, which is rather close to string theory. We have a group on gravitational wave astronomy that has done very important work in the theoretical calculations for the observation of the first merger and the succeeding ones. And of course, we have string theory and quantum gravity as an area which I think is basically fundamental physics. String theory is a sort of a misnomer over here. So we have a very thriving postdoctoral and graduate students program in physics and mathematics, as you can see. And we hope to grow. I mean, we hope to grow to approximately 30 to 35 faculty and as many more students commensurate with the faculty. And we are looking for spaces in India to grow. All right. So this is the third mission, science outreach. And this is very important. It's taken very seriously at the ICTS that we use the resources of our programs where very eminent people come, and also there is funding for the program. So we channel some of that into science outreach, and it has been extremely successful, this program. So here you see Manjul Bhargava, who is spending a year at the ICTS. You may just see him around here, and this is his very famous public outreach lecture on mathematics, drumming, and poetry. And this is the person is Jennifer Shias from Microsoft Research. She gives exciting talks on networks in biology and other areas of the sciences. And of course, there is David Gross giving a public lecture. And here you have Vijay Chandru, who has a startup. He's a computer scientist who has a startup, and we encourage all these people to come and talk to our students and public at large. So we have public lectures, Einstein Lectures, and there is a program called Kaapi with Kuriosity, which I will mention a little bit, and the Vishveshwara Lectures. So these are the public lectures, and you will recognize many of these people, and they are by eminent scientists, and they are very inspiring for all the young people, and including the older ones that come and attend them. We have recently started what is called the Didi Kosambi Lectures for inviting eminent people in the humanities, history, and social sciences to come and talk in a science institute, which I think is a very important component of the general education of people. Then we have the Einstein Lectures, a very interesting concept that we actually fund eminent people to go all over India and deliver a talk on a subject of their specialty, not necessarily general relativity. And it has been very successful, actually. Many of our faculty go to the far remote corners of India, actually, the northeast or the extreme north, to give these lectures, and they are very successful. So we have had 22 lectures so far. Now this is Kaapi with Kuriosity. Kaapi in Kannada, that is the local language, means coffee. And this is a idea which comes from the Tata Institute in Mumbai, where there is a program called Chai and Why. Chai is tea. It's actually a Chinese word, chai. And so we have taken over that good practice from our home institute, and it's called Kaapi with Kuriosity. Every month there is one outstanding lecturer, eminent and yet very communicative, who talks, not here, but in the planetarium, in the middle of the city, actually. And it's just totally overfull, and it's a magnificent event, actually, of the ICTS. Okay, and we also started the so-called Vishveshwara Lectures, which are in honor of Professor Vishveshwara, who pioneered black hole physics and science outreach in India. He was the first guy to talk of quasi-normal modes of a black hole, Vishveshwara. So in his honor, we have these lectures. He was alive when the waves were discovered, but very shortly after that he passed away. And here you see Kip Thorne delivering a rock concert type of lecture right outside over here. There were more than 1,500 people actually that came for this. So very, very, very heartening to see all this happen. This is another program we had organized in Bangalore called Mathematics for the Billion, which was a mathematics exhibition with on-hand mathematics projects and stuff like that, and it was very successful also. And just earlier this year, we celebrated ICTS at 10, and we had quite a lot of people come here, and there's fantastic science lectures. We had Robert Digraph come, and there was a panel discussion on the usefulness of useless knowledge with very eminent panelists from civic society, from the sciences, and other areas. And I think we had a very, we also had a fantastic lecture by Hiroshi Oguri in the planetarium, actually, on string theory, higher dimensions and stuff like that. So this was a fun event, and we all enjoyed it. And here are some pictures of our library, and if you see this guy who is reading a book, there, that's Nima Arkani Hamid, and he made a comment that this library is better than the Institute for Advanced Studies library. It has a better collection, and I was very, very happy to hear that, actually. So this is the library which you can actually go to. It's this very interesting architecture, which is like the Guggenheim Museum. It's a spiral sort of flooring, and please do visit the library and also use it. There are many other spaces all over the ICTS. There are blackboards, and there's also a nice little cafeteria actually in the academic block besides the main restaurant, where you can actually have coffee and snacks till midnight. And finally, I'd like to thank all the organizers who have put these meetings together, and I wish you all the very best and enjoy your stay at the ICTS. Thank you very much.